Welcome back to another video. This time around, we're going to take a look at the new Cessna 837B Dragonfly by Viril A. Platt. And yes, this is the same person that did the T-37 tweet. So I was really excited to jump into this one. And this is freeware. It is on flightsim.to. The Cessna 837B Dragonfly actually replaced the A1 Skyraider. And its first flight was in 1964, although it began production in 1963. Overall, there were 577 of these built. This is a derivative of the T-37 tweet. The 837 actually had a pretty slow start, and it wasn't until the Vietnam conflict started, that they deployed 25 of these aircraft to Vietnam in 1967 under the Combat Dragon Evaluation Program. Initially, the U.S. Air Force and the Republic of Vietnam Air Force, along with the Chilean Air Force and the Peruvian Air Force, used this particular airplane. And there are still some flying in the world today. I believe there's 5 or 6 countries that are still using the Dragonfly. The aircraft itself is powered by 2 General Electric J85 turbojet engines and has a cruising speed of 489 miles per hour. It also has a combat range of 460 miles with a ferrying range of 1,012 miles. And it also has a ceiling of 41,765 feet. This add-on comes to you with 13 different liveries, all from real-world militaries that use this plane. We are, of course, looking at the United States Air Force livery. In total, the A-37 actually had 5 different variants throughout its history, and this of course is the B variant. Now, for those of you that flew and have messed around with the T-37 tweet, it's going to look very familiar, but I really like this one. It's got a totally different feel to it. It's fun to fly, and it's just a trip of a plane. So let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit and see what we got here. The cockpit is pretty much your standard fare, and if you did fly the 237 tweet, you'll see there's a lot of similarity. But I really like the look of the Dragonfly, and the cockpit is relatively functional. There are some things that don't work in it, but hey, that's okay. Your circuit breakers, none of that stuff works. But what does work is what you need to fly the plane. And as you can see, this is a 2-seater side by side, and the pilots are visible, as you could see from before, from the exterior of the plane. And I really like that it doesn't use the default pilots. It puts its own, era correct pilot in the cockpit. There's your radios. Now the animations, the plane has really good animations. The speed brakes, flaps, gear, everything is what you would expect it to be. So let's go ahead and start her up, and we'll see how she sounds. Alright, so let's go ahead and fire the engines up. First thing we need to do is shut the canopy. Canopy is secure. Give it a little bit on the throttle. Now I did switch liveries, so you can check out one of the other liveries. Very nice. Alright, so we're going to be flying out of An Hoa Combat Base in Vietnam. This is going to be Victor Adam Henry Charles. And this is also another file, a file done by SMWWWIN. And I will provide the link for that as well, if you're at all interested. Okay, we're not quite done. I just found something really, really cool. And this is probably gonna... I'm not sure exactly what it does, but check this out. It's an old computer powered by a 4040 CPU technology. Options for cold and dark start. Remove the fuel tanks if you want. That's the extra fuel tanks. I think by default it's got the 2 on it. No, maybe not. This does have interesting. Look at everything this does. So you can actually create some chaos in the cockpit if you want to. That's really neat. So I also found this out as I was looking at the computer thing. You can put weapons on the pylons. And you do that by having these switches in the up-on position. Now, I had those in flight, but I have everything turned off now. But make sure they're on, and then you use these knobs to rotate pylon 4. And like here, if we go VP, and that's EM. Should get something on the, I got a bomb on each side of the wing. And FR and rockets. Isn't that cool? Really nice looking aircraft. Highly recommended. It doesn't get any better than freeware. Alright, well, I think that's pretty much it for this video. We're going to go ahead and head back to Anhoa and land. Break off from our wingman here. And this livery was actually the test livery for at Edwards Air Base. So that's kind of neat. And like I was saying, or what I was going to show you here is, now I don't know if you can actually activate anything on the pylons or not, but I've messed around with the switches on the cockpit. What I did find is you can change the color of the smoke. So there's a smoke switch in here somewhere. And that would come in handy when you're flying the South Korean demonstration team livery. So that's kind of neat. Alright, let us get set up here. A little fast there, I think. I was really fast there. Hats off to Virilli A. Platt, another magnificent piece of work. Awesome. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I've inspired you to go check this plane out. And I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. So, thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.